Hey everybody, it's Dianne Pearce from Current Words Publishing, back with another episode of You Wrote It, Now Sell It. Have you ever heard anybody talk about the elevator pitch? It's the idea that you have to be able to give somebody your entire pitch in the length of an elevator ride from up to the 10th floor, because most of them are not like the Matrix, right? So, what would you do if you had to give an elevator pitch? Well, I'm going to give you an elevator pitch for ignoring Alva, okay? Alva and Millie are sisters content with their lives as widows in their 80s until Alva experiences a mild stroke that cracks open something restless inside her. Seized by an unstoppable urge to hit the road, she convinces Millie to come along. They've packed road maps, snacks, and a fur coat. What could possibly go wrong? That's the elevator pitch for ignoring Alva, or that's an elevator pitch for ignoring Alva. That's the one that I wrote. But you also need a hook, an even shorter pitch that gets somebody interested in your book. So, what could we take from that to make as a hook for ignoring Alva? Alva experiences a stroke that cracks open something restless inside her. She convinces Millie to go on a road trip packed with snacks, maps, and a fur coat. What could go wrong? Shrunk it down even smaller on my feet right there. Uh, that's what you got to do. You got to boil it down to its essence, to the thing that's going to make somebody really, really interested in taking a look at your book really quickly. Here's another one, Hibernaculum by Anthony Doyle. Elevator pitch for this book. Seth Macy is running on empty, doom scrolling his thoughts while life carries on around him. He hopes the hibernaculum can quiet the noise inside. But what if the real privilege isn't putting your life on pause, but waking back up to it? And who gets to decide who sleeps and who wakes up? Hibernaculum. Would that make you want to read this book? I think it's a pretty good elevator pitch. I certainly would want to read this book, but I'm privileged. I've already read it and I know it's awesome. So, how could we boil this down even tighter into a hook? Hibernaculum. What if the real privilege isn't putting your life on pause, but waking back up to it? Short, sweet, slightly sinister. Fantastic. Great idea. Let's try one more. Banana Seat Summer by some guy named David Yurkovich. I never heard of him, but it's a book that he wrote. So let's take a look at the elevator pitch for Banana Seat Summer. It's 1974, and two friends are having the kind of summer that feels like it might last forever, riding banana seat bikes, swapping comic books, and ruling their small town like it's their own private kingdom. As the summer starts to fade, one boy is content while the other feels the pull of something bigger just beyond the horizon. That's a pretty good elevator pitch, too, especially if you're into stories about nostalgia and the 70s. The 70s were a particular weird time, and those banana seat bikes were pretty cool. So, maybe that would work. But let's boil it down even tighter. Is there really no place like home, or is there something better just beyond the rainbow? That's a hook. It gets us even closer to getting this out there quicker. And the cover kind of looks like Over the Rainbow a little bit. So that's a cool idea, right? So, what about your book? Can you boil it down to an elevator pitch? And can you take that elevator pitch and shrink it even more to a hook? If you can, you're going to be well on your way to selling your book. So you wrote it. Now sell it. See you next time.